What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Trey Tucker. Thank you for tuning in to the Comfort Channel. Back to another video. Before I start, you already know I like to play short clips throughout my video so you can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. Video is all about seeking the truth and not entertainment. It's enough of all that entertainment. Let's seek the truth. You know what I'm saying? But give me a like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and pay attention to the clip.
What did you make of the Kyrie stuff?
I don't. It's true. The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
listen.
It's not.
There's 3 ways to manipulate the mind: what you read, what you see, and what you hear.
Conspiracies.
In school, first thing they teach us is, oh, Columbus discovered America. But when he got there, it was some fair-skinned people with the long hair smoking out of peace pipes. So what does that tell you? Columbus didn't discover America.
He found where some other people already lived.
I drive from coast to coast, and this flat to me. I'm just saying.
Okay, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
I drive from Florida.
It's the dumbest thing you've ever said.
I drive from Florida to California all the time, and it's flat to me.
92 podcasts, and that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. That's a high bar to get over.
I do not go up and down in a 360-degree angle and all that stuff about gravity. Have you looked outside of Atlanta lately and seen all these buildings? So you mean to tell me that China is under us? China is under us.
If you keep they are under us. That's what they tell you when you're a kid?
The world is flat.
If you dug straight through your backyard, you could get to China.
No, you can't. The world
is not flat.
Yes,
We've seen the Earth.
No, we haven't seen anything.
Yes, you have. You've seen it from satellite imagery.
Oh, satellite imagery that could be drawn and made up.
So that was Shaq. He's a person that done been all across the world, done drove from coast to coast. So I think he kind of know a little bit about the world, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, let's go ahead and dive into my elaboration, you know what I'm saying? So first of all, this guy said you can dig in your backyard and go to China. You hear what he told Shaq? You can dig in your backyard and go to China. I shouldn't even have to elaborate on that. For anybody that got a bulldozer or somebody that can dig in the ground, I want you to get that bulldozer and dig in the ground as far as you possibly can go. And let's see if you end up in China. And make sure you record it so we can all see that you in China. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, how to manipulate the mind, what you see, what you hear, and what you've been taught as a young child. The Bible say, once you teach a child as a young age, as he grew up, he will not depart from it. So the school can manipulate the child's mind at a young age that the world is a globe and he will not depart from it. Then later on in life, it takes his ability away to think for himself, as if when you come around and say the world flat, people think you crazy. People don't even really want to have an open mind to even think for themselves, to even think that the world is flat. You know what I'm saying? Shaq said, I drive from Florida to California all the time. It's flat to me. You know what I'm saying? So when you've been manipulated as a child, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and you've been seeing the globe as a child, your mind is already manipulated. So you have to deprogram yourself so you can reprogram yourself to think for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So for people to understand this video, we first have to put down what we was manipulated by and how we was first programmed. And let's just think for ourselves for a second. For this video, let's just sit back and just forget about your programming and let's just think for ourselves. And let me take your mind on a loop.
But I do have a question about this. You mentioned the 1080 miles per hour. I asked a pilot to explain this because I asked a pilot, is it flat? And he looked at me like I was crazy. And he goes, no, Mr. Peters, it's not flat. This was getting off. We were deplaning. And I said, well, let me just riddle me this then. Answer this question for me. So we're on this aircraft and we just went from Minneapolis to Orlando. We were traveling at approximately 500 miles per hour, give or take 50, 75 miles per hour. The Earth is spinning at 1,080 miles per hour, or so I've been told for my entire life. So how did we ever catch up to Orlando? Or did we just wait for it to catch back up to us? He couldn't really explain that.
It's been a lot of pilots that say they can't explain this, though. It's been a lot of pilots say they be keeping it a secret. He said, I've been driving from coast to coast, man. It's flat to me. But let me take your mind on a loop. This right here, it's a softball right here. This is supposed to be my replication of the globe. Okay, so if you look it up on the internet, they say the world is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Now stay with me now. Stay with it. Now, take away your programming, take away your manipulation, and just think about yourself. Think for yourself if you can, just for this video. Think about this globe. This globe is spinning 1,000 miles per hour. First of all, if the globe is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, do you know the impact and the powerful winds that would accumulate? You think about a tornado. The world is spinning 1,000 miles per hour. We'd be blown off. We'd be blown off. As a child, have you ever been on a merry-go-round? I don't care if the merry-go-round go 5 miles per hour. You would be able to tell that you spinning around. Shit, if you get drunk enough, you could tell that the world is spinning around. If you get on a merry-go-round and the merry-go-round going 5, 10 miles per hour, even 3 miles per hour, you can feel the fact that you're spinning around. And you come around and telling me that I'm living on a planet that's going 1,000 miles per hour. You can tell that to somebody else. Okay, so now go with me. Now this the globe, right? Okay, so if the globe is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, this globe is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and you get on the airplane, right? You on the airplane, and you going from Florida to California. So when you on the airplane, you get on the airplane in Florida, and the world is spinning 1,000 miles per hour. What is the odds that we gonna land in California? The world is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, and you get on the airplane in Florida. What is the odds that we gonna land in California? Then they say, oh, the world is orbiting around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour. That is bizarre to even believe that. You see what I'm saying? Just think with me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you got the globe, right? You're on the airplane. So on the airplane, on the globe, you so high up in the air going 500, 600 miles per hour. The airplane supposed to dip its nose down every 5 or 10 seconds to even remain on the globe. Or we just fly off. If this airplane and the airplane dipping its nose down to stay according to the globe, we'll just fly off the globe. But you can't. But you never dip your nose down because you know why? We're on flat land. I'm a person that never been on an airplane before. Quite honestly, I don't want to never get on one anyway. But if you're a person that ever been on an airplane before, and you get so high off the ground and you can look down at the earth, don't the world supposed to be spinning 1,000 miles per hour? If the world is spinning 1,000 miles per hour and we on the airplane going 500 miles per hour, we should see some kind of spinning. The world is stationary and flat. But like I say in the beginning of the video, God said when you train a child as a young age, you train a child as a young age, and as he grow older, he will not depart from it. So when you bamboozle a child's mind at a young age that the world is a globe, then when he grow older, you try to tell him the world flat, he don't even want to hear about that. He don't even want to think about the world flat because he been so programmed as a young child that the world is a globe. First of all, if the world is going 1,000 miles per hour, you don't think you better feel it? The world is orbiting around the sun 66,000 miles per hour. Do you know how much wind that'll accumulate?
I don't think people understand just how wild the concept of a spinning Earth really is. Imagine this, a spherical Earth 8,000 miles in diameter spinning at 1,000 miles per hour and hurtling through space at 65,000 miles per hour. Now think about the force that this would create. Thomas Winship, in his Zetetic Cosmogony, argues that such motion would generate an immense rush of wind. If the Earth were spinning that fast, the wind would travel in one direction, dragging clouds and us along with it,
Ever tried flying a kite? According to Winship, the very act of kite flying proves the Earth is stationary. With the world spinning at such an incredible speed, our kites would be yanked from the sky, but they're not. They soar peacefully, proving that the Earth isn't spinning like a mad top in space.
If you pay attention to the globe, right, and you look at Antarctica, they got Antarctica on the bottom of the globe. This is the globe, right? They got Antarctica on the bottom of the globe. So you mean to tell me people can stand upright at the bottom of the globe? They can jump up and get brought back to the earth? So you mean to tell me people is on the bottom of the earth and can't tell they upside down? They got Antarctica on the bottom of the earth. You can look it up. And people at the bottom of the earth, and you don't have sense enough to understand that you upside down. Have you ever been upside down before? The blood rushes to your head and give you a headache. You got to turn over. And to be honest, if you look at America on the globe, they got America on the side of the globe. So you mean to tell me we standing upright on the side of the globe? We building buildings. We building twin towers. We building bridges. We building restaurants. We building big, tall, 80-foot, 100-foot buildings in the air sideways. How can I stand upright on the side of the globe, and how can I stand upright at the bottom of the globe? Only way to stand upright is the world flat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It might be a bucket of cold water, because, you know, a little bit intake, because some people are already so programmed that they don't even really want to think or even believe the world flat in the first of all. But just stay with me now. They got Antarctica at the bottom of the globe. So you mean to tell me people are standing upright at the bottom of the globe, and you ain't got enough sense to know that you standing upside down? They got America slapped on the side of the globe, and you ain't got enough sense that we can't feel anything standing upright on the side of the globe? We building buildings on the side of the globe? Don't make any sense to me. Only way you build twin towers, you build bridges, is on flat land. That's the only way possible. And don't give me this stuff about gravity, because gravity is another bald-faced lie that NASA gives us to make their story kind of make sense. Gravity is a bald-faced lie. You know, gravity holds things together. No, it don't. If I throw this softball up in the air, what you expect it to do? Come back down. If I throw this softball in the air and it stays in the air, that's magic. That ain't gravity. That's magic. You got Antarctica on the bottom of the globe, and people standing upright at the bottom of the globe, and they can jump up and come right back to the bottom of the globe. That don't even make sense. You can drive, like I say, I'm not a person that been on the airplane before. And you can get so high off the ground, you can look down at the ground and look at the world. Dude, the world's supposed to be spinning. You in the air. The world's supposed to be spinning, right? The world's supposed to be zooming around the atmosphere around the sun 66,000 miles per hour, right? Do you see the world move in any shape, form, or fashion? For anybody out there just believe in the globe, right? You really believe that we living on the ball. I tell you what, get in contact with me. Book me a trip and take me to the curvature and be like, Trey, there it is. I want the globe believers to book to make a vacation, fix your schedule, whatever you gotta do, and take me to where the earth curve. Take me to where it curved and be like, Trey, there it is. I can sit here and tell you where flat land at. We can go from the beginning of the Atlantic Ocean to the end of the Atlantic Ocean. Go to the Pacific Ocean, to the end of the Pacific Ocean. We can go to ocean to ocean, and I can tell you, hey, you know, we still on flat land. But I can prove my point easy. But for the people that believe that the world is a globe, they never seen the curvature themselves. But people see the flat land every day. I want people that believe in the globe, that believe in the ball, to take me personally, or just take a camera and record it and say, you know, this where you gotta climb up. Take me and show me and be like, Trey, there it is. I don't want no scientific. I don't want any NASA. They can make a picture. I don't want any NASA picture. I want you to record a video or take me to a place where the world is curving and be like, there it is. Like I say, we can get on a boat. We can get on a lot of people don't been on the cruise ship. You know how many people that been on the cruise ship? They done went all the way across the ocean. They done rolled thousands of miles across the ocean. And what did you see? Flat. Did you go down? You on the cruise ship? Did you go down? I want people to get me to not believe that the world is flat. I want somebody to show me the curvature. I want you to be like, take me to wherever it's at and be like, Trey, you know, there it is right there. And I can see my own eye that the world is going down or coming back up. And you be like, Trey, you know, there it is right there. There go the curvature. There it is. But you can't show me that. I don't think you can show me what you learned in school. You can show me what somebody else told you. You can show me what somebody else painted a picture. You can show me NASA imagery. You can show me what NASA said. And NASA ain't nothing but BS. You can get on a flight, go to coast, country to country, flat. The plane ain't got to dip his nose down every 5 minutes to stay on the earth. It's just going straight until it get ready to come down. You can get on the plane, you can get on a boat cruise, flat. I want one of these globe believers to take me to the curvature themselves personally, so I can see personally and be like, you know what, there it is. People go on cruises. People drive from coast to coast. People ride airplane on flat land all day, every day, and people's mind still manipulated because their mind been manipulated as a young child. You teach a young child how they should grow up, and they will not depart from it. That's in the Bible. So if you manipulate the child at a young age that the world is a globe, and somebody like me come around and explain that the world is flat, they don't even want to hear that because it's gonna be so off the wall to them. It's some people that don't even want to hear this because they so dependent on the system, so dependent on the government, so dependent on NASA to telling them the truth. That's how you get gullible. That's how you get manipulated, because you believe on what NASA's saying. You believe what the elites want you to believe instead of thinking for yourself. I want one of these globes believers to take me to the curvature and be like, Trey, there it is. Simple as that. I can get you, and we can go on a boat cruise. We can go from the beginning of Atlantic Ocean to the end of Atlantic Ocean, and I'll be like, you know, what did we drop? You know, what did we drop at? You know, it's flat, ain't it? I can prove my point. I want you to prove your point without NASA, because NASA ain't nothing but BS anyway. But like I say, that's my factual preference. Now I want globes believer to give me your factual. I want you to see. I don't want any pictures. I don't want any outer space pictures. I can show you some flat land outer space pictures too. We can go picture for picture. But I can show you in reality. I can show you in reality that the world is flat. I want you to show me in reality that the world is going down and curving in reality and be like, Trey, you know what? There it is right there. I want y'all to prove it.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No? There's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
They began flying it around the world, from Abu Dhabi last year, with stops in India and China, then across the vast Pacific.
Does running around your neighborhood prove that the neighborhood is round?
I was an airline pilot for Delta for 26 years. A pilot's primary flight instrument is his artificial horizon, which he has to be maintained level to keep from climbing and descending. From a cockpit, weather permitting, I could see hundreds of miles in all directions, viewing cities connected by roads across the flat plain as far as the eye could see.
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No? There's no curvature?
It's just all flat.